Soledad has a question. I understand that soil erosion, deforestation and pollution are major environmental dilemmas. My question is, what about global warming and greenhouse effect, especially in the context that the severity of the temperature increase and extreme climate change have led to declaration that we're entering the era of climate boiling. Gracias. Well, you're in my design office. This is my large interactive whiteboard, and I'm going to take you for a tour back to 1943. But before I do, let me just remind you that climate change doesn't necessarily always go in a hot direction. Yeah, we're on a climb, like the temperature globally is rising, but we've got extreme variations happening. So we're getting the hottest day and the coldest day and the wettest day and the windiest day for that day on record everywhere at once. The climate has lost its stability. So what was a gradual rising and cooling of climate over millennia, millions of years sometimes, we're going up and down very slowly. That wave has become extremely erratic, just about chaotic. Instead of a nice, gradual, slow moving, broad swell wave, now it's going more and more erratic. The pulses are more extreme. So it's climate weirding, really. And that's because the energy of the sun can't be absorbed by ecosystems. Ecosystems are giant living batteries. We're alive. We should be part of an ecosystem. But all living things are components of ecosystems in the natural sense. And we're full of energy. You're listening to me because your body is full of the sun's energy. If you trace your food back or your energy source, it all comes back to the sun. The sun's energy entering the earth, getting absorbed by plants as solar collectors, converting the sun's energy with photosynthesis into solid material. And that solid material then is converted to food which we eat, or we eat animals that have eaten that food. But if you track it back, it all comes back to the sun's energy. And Einstein said energy is constant, but also entropy is constantly increasing. That's stored energy that is then lost. Everything eventually sinks, but how long is the storage of energy? How long can you keep the battery charged? So an ecosystem is a massive storage of life energy, and they're extremely diverse. They're not a crop of soya or maize or singular monoculture. That's not an ecosystem. If you're looking at the Amazon, a pristine ecosystem has top predator alive. In the Amazon, that's a hunting pair of jaguars, and you need 35,000 hectares of pristine Amazon to support a hunting pair of jaguar. Now, if you take that into consideration, the way we're providing our needs and the way we're disrupting ecosystem, we're simplifying these systems, and energy is constant. It's coming from the sun constantly, and it can't be stored by these living batteries. Life, energy, storage. And there's definitely not a lot of storage in a monoculture system of agricultural industrial adaptation of any type. So when you use an ecosystem adaptation to the way we produce our food, we've got the storage. We don't need anywhere near the same amount of room, not the same amount of area. It can all be done close to populations. We don't need massive amounts of transport. You solve most of the problem right there with climate, because climate can be absorbed. The energy of the sun can be absorbed. Now, what I have here is a photo. Let me switch the lights out, you get a better picture. That's Zaytuna Farm as we've developed it, with all its dams and swales and trees. Last year probably. And then if I click the slider up, that's a 1943 aerial photograph. Not a lot of trees there in 1943. A lot of abuse of the landscape. There it is again. Oh, slide it down. There's a big difference there between one and the other.